Hello students, myself Mr. S.M. Shivale from HL English Medium High School and Junior College, Ozhar Township. In last online lecture, we started Standard 10th Geography Chapter 8, that is Economy and Occupation. In the concluding part of the lecture, we started industries in India and discussed about the logos of various industries. You can see figure 8.4 on page number 57. Now let's continue the remaining part of the lesson, beginning with industries in India. The distribution of industries in India is highly uneven. This is so partly on account of uneven distribution of the necessary raw materials and power resources, and partly due to the concentration of enterprises, financial resources and other necessary conditions in large towns. Jharkhand, Orissa, adjoining Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, parts of Rajasthan, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu account for most of the reserves of metallic minerals. This area, therefore, particularly the northeastern part of the peninsula, has a very high concentration of heavy metallurgical industries, with almost all the steel centers situated here. Availability of large quantities of coal and refractory materials, along with cheap power from the Damodar Valley Corporation and of a number of thermal power projects, has added to the advantages. Rajasthan has copper, lead and zinc. Karnataka has steel, manganese and aluminium, and Tamil Nadu has aluminium metal industries. Agro-based industries including cotton, jute and sugar are heavily concentrated in the raw material producing areas. The forest-based industries including paper, plywood, matches, resins and lac are increasingly finding concentration in the forest areas of various states. The coastal belt of Kerala has a heavy concentration of coir, copra means dried coconut, and fish canning industries. Koili, Digboi, Nyonmati and Bongaigaon refineries are situated close to the petroleum producing areas, and Mathura and Barauni refineries in the interior. Away from the coast and oil producing areas, the distribution of cement industry is also highly conditioned by the availability of raw materials. Gujarat, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu produce the bulk of salt in the country. Bulk of salt means large quantity of salt in the country, especially Gujarat, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. They produced a large quantity of salt in the country. Mechanical engineering, electricals, automobiles, fertilizer and numerous consumer industries which show little bias, means trend for raw material, have come up all over the country with heavier concentration near the big cities. Now see page number 58 of your textbook. See, read the table given on page 58 about export, import and balance of trade of India and Brazil and answer the following questions. First of all, what you have to do, you have to observe this table very carefully, and after observing you have to find out the answers from this table. Remember, it is an export, import and balance of trade, and it is the value in US dollars. See question number 1. What is balance of trade? what is balance of trade? And your answer should be balance of trade is a difference between the import value and export value of a country. Question number 2. Tell the types of balance of trades. Types of balance of trades. Your answer should be the balance or the types of balance of trades are balanced balance of trade. There are two types of balanced trades. First is balanced balance of trade and second is unbalanced, that is surplus and deficit balance of trade. Third question is, in which country export exceeds import in all the years? And the answer is, in Brazil, export exceeds import in all the years. Question number 4. Brazil's balance of trade belong to which type? The answer is, Brazil's balance of trade belongs to surplus, that is favorable balance of trade. Fifth is, India's balance of trade belong to which type? Answer is, India's balance of trade belongs to deficit. Deficit means unfavorable. Deficit means unfavorable balance of trade. Next, use your brain power is omitted. See the geographical explanation. Brazil mainly exports iron ore, coffee, cocoa, cotton, sugar, tobacco, oranges and bananas, while it imports machinery, chemical products, fertilizers, wheat, heavy vehicles, mineral oil and lubricants. Major trading partners are Germany, USA, Canada, Italy, Argentina and Saudi Arabia and India. Trade makes up about 25% of GDP. You can see figure 8.5, that is contribution of trade in GDP. Contribution of trade in GDP. Observe this figure and compare it with India. Try to compare with India. Geographical explanation. India mainly exports tea, mangoes, coffee, spices, leather and leather goods, iron ore, cotton and silk textiles, while it mainly imports petroleum, machines, pearls and precious stones, gold and silver, paper, medicine, etc. India's major trading partners are the UK, that is United Kingdom, the USA, Germany, Japan, China, Russia, etc. In colors of both, you can see Indo-Brazil ties. Observe the figure BRICS given on page 58 of the textbook and answer the following questions. Answer the following questions. BRICS, BRICS, you can see BRICS here. You have to observe and answer the following questions. Okay. First question is, what does BRICS stand for? The question is, what does BRICS stand for? The answer is, BRICS stand for Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. The next question is, when was it established? The answer is, it was established in June 2006. It was established in June 2006. Third question is, what are the objectives of this bloc? The answer is, mutual economic assistance, increase in the trade between member countries and cooperation are the main objectives of this bloc. Fourth question is, the countries of which continent are not a member of this bloc? The answer is, the countries of continent of North America, Europe, Australia and Antarctica are not a member of this bloc. Fifth question is, in which continents do the member countries lie? Answer, the member countries lie in the continents of South America, Asia and Africa. Through BRICS, Brazil has opened up a strategic partnership with India. There have been agreement for bilateral investments between India and Brazil. Study the figure 8.6 given on page number 59 of this textbook showing the trade between India and Brazil and answer the following questions. And before answering these questions, look at the figure 8.6, observe it properly and then try to respond the questions. Question number 1. In which years the value of exports to Brazil exceeds to imports from Brazil? Answer is, in 2008, 2010, 2011, 2013, 2014 and 2015, the value of exports to Brazil exceeded the imports from Brazil. Question number 2. In which year the trade with Brazil was most favorable all? The answer is, in 2013, the trade with Brazil was most favorable all. Question number 3. Comment upon the balance of trade in the year 2013. The answer is, the value of balance of trade in the year 2013 for India with reference to Brazil was the maximum. The value of balance of trade for India was in surplus, favorable. Question is, from which year the value of exports to Brazil have exceeded the value of imports from Brazil? The answer is, from 2013, the value of exports to Brazil have exceeded the value of imports from Brazil. Question 5th. Write a note on the trade between Brazil and India. You have to write the note. India's trade with Brazil is of fluctuating nature. Fluctuating means unstable. Second point you can write there. Since 2013, the value of exports of India to Brazil have exceeded the value of imports of India from Brazil. Since 2014, the India's export and import trade with India shows downfall. Now look at the geographical explanation. Indian companies set up industrial centers all over Brazil and invested lot of capital. The Indian companies have invested in such sectors as IT, pharmaceuticals, energy, agribusiness, mining, engineering and auto sectors. Brazil's footprints in India is smaller but important. The Brazilian companies have invested in automobiles, IT, mining, energy, biofuels, footwear sectors in India. See the next column, that is, do you know? Brazil has been the largest producer of coffee for the last 150 years. The plant belongs originally to Ethiopia. It was first brought to Brazil by some French settlers who established in the state of Pará in the early 18th century. Coffee farms are called fazendas. Next information in do you know? Taxes are an important part of the economy and trade of any country. India has now switched to the GST, that is goods and services tax, which aims towards one tax all over the country on various commodities and services. Brazil too has adopted the system from 1984. Like India, in Brazil too, GST has various slabs. Now look at the exercises. Question number 1. Fill in the blank with appropriate word. A. India's per capita income is less than Brazil due to dash. The options are low national income, massive population, big family size, and low food grain production. The right option is massive population. India's per capita income is less than Brazil due to massive population. Then B. The economy of Brazil is mainly dependent on the dash activities there: primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. And the option is tertiary. The economy of Brazil is mainly dependent on the tertiary activities there. C. The economies of India and Brazil are of the dash type: undeveloped, developed, developing, highly developed. And the right option is developing. The economies of India and Brazil are of the developing type. Question number 2. Answer the following questions. A. Why has mining not developed in the western part of Brazil? Why has mining not developed in the western part of Brazil? The answer is number 1. There are comparatively less number of mineral deposits in the western part of Brazil. 2. Most of the western part of Brazil is covered by the Amazon River basin. There are evergreen dense rainforest in these areas. Due to dense forest, this area has become inaccessible. As its effect, there are natural limitations on the use and exploitation of mineral resources available in these areas. Third is, the density of human settlement is very low in the western part of Brazil. Thus, the demand for minerals in this part is comparatively low. Fourth is, similarly, transport facilities are poorly developed in these areas, and therefore mining has not developed in the western part of Brazil. See question number 2. What are the similarities and differences in the fishing activities in Brazil and India? This question was there in the March 2019 examination. See the answer. The similarities in the fishing activities in Brazil and India. First is, the marine fishing is practiced in Brazil as well as India. Second is, the fishing is carried out on a large scale in salt water in Brazil and India. Then, the differences in the fishing activities in Brazil and India. In India, freshwater fishing is carried on at many places in rivers, canals, irrigation canals, tanks, ponds, lakes, etc. On the other hand, in Brazil, freshwater fishing is carried on a small scale due to rigid topography, dense forests, and speedy discharge of rivers. See question number 3. Give geographical reasons for the following. Number 1. Per capita land availability is more in Brazil as compared to India. The answer is number 1. The total area of Brazil is nearly 85,15,770 square kilometers. 85 lakhs 15,770 square kilometer. On the other hand, the total area of India is only 32 lakhs 87,263 square kilometers. The total population of Brazil is only 20 crores. On the other hand, the total population of India is nearly 130 crores. Third, thus compared to India, Brazil has more land and less population, and therefore per capita land availability is more in Brazil as compared to India. Second question is, there is mixed economy in Brazil and India. The answer is, number 1, in mixed economy, the private sector and public, that is government sector, coexist. Second is, in Brazil as well as in India, the sectors like railway, electricity production, iron and steel industry, etc. are owned and managed by public sector, that is government. Third reason is, in Brazil as well as in India, the sectors like banking, airways, health, education, telecommunication, etc. are owned and managed by private as well as public sector. In this way, there is mixed economy in Brazil and India. Fourth question is, study the following graph and analyze in short. You have to analyze this graph by observing it carefully. Different shades are used here, and for that purpose you have to observe it very carefully. The answer is, number 1, in India 48.8% of population is engaged in primary sector, 24.3% of population is engaged in secondary sector, and 26.9% of population is engaged in tertiary sector. Second is, in Brazil 10% of population is engaged in primary sector. You can see the difference. 19% of population is engaged in secondary sector, and 71% of population is engaged in tertiary sector. Third explanation is, in India, the contribution of primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector in GDP is 17%, 26% and 57% respectively. Fourth is, in Brazil, the contribution of primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector in GDP is 5.5%, 27.5% and 67% respectively. Thus, we can conclude that the economy of India is mainly dependent on the primary activities. Remember, the economy of India is mainly dependent on the primary activities, and the economy of Brazil is mainly dependent on the tertiary activities.